Shalom, shalom wa ahaba, mishpaka, shalom wa ahaba. Peace and love, family, peace and love. It's your Naraya ben Yaounde, Nerea bin Yahuda bin Yasharal. Whatever your dialect may be, man, I say shalom to you all, to the whole house of Yasharal, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to wherever we've been driven to the lands of our captivity. I pray the Most High Yah, Bahashim Yahu Shah, finds you all in peace, love, and safety in this time of judgment, chaos, corruption, and deliverance for the people of the Most High Yah. Hallelujah, Mishpachah. Hallelujah. May we praise Yah. Mishpachah, I want to have a public service announcement. You know what I'm saying? Something real quick and straight to the point. And it's directed at this war that we're fighting that I always tell you is a spiritual war. And trust and believe me, that spirit of the lettuce, bacon, guacamole, and tomato, people, that tomato, them transformers, that is the spirit of Hasatan, Mishpachah. And and they are sitting back and they are really, these demons are trying to enforce this thing upon our children. They're not only trying to force it, they are making moves to enforce it, especially within what I call, or what we like to call, the public food system. You understand, Mishpachah? And the way that they are no longer, their objective is no longer to educate, but it is to indoctrinate. Now, I want to share an article with you all, a short article. I'm going to read it to you, but I'm going to show you where we're reading from. We're reading from Newsmax. And you can find information about this particular topic on any of these news sites if you just type it in. And what we're reading is Minnesota Dems pushes for tampons in boys' room. Not all who menstruate are female. Let me read that to you again, Mishpachah. From Newsmax. All right. Minnesota Democrats, pushes for tampons in boys' restroom. Not all who menstruate are female. I'm not joking. That's what it say. I know it's backwards up here, Mishpachah, but you can go and look it up and pull it up yourself. Now, before we read this, I got to take a sip of Yayin, Mishpachah, because these people drive me to drinking. Mishpachah, let me tell you something. We are officially living in clown world, and this world is ran by educated fools. And as I read this article, you're going to see why I say the world is ran by educated fools. These college campuses is putting out full-blown idiots and giving them doctor's degrees. You understand? Giving them bachelor's and master's degrees. And they could, I had an instructor, Mishpachah, when I was in college. They said the only reason he don't go to commencement is because the dean would not allow him to be up there with a Louisville Slugger so that he could knock the knees out of every rich elite brat that he knew was receiving a college diploma that he knew could barely read and write the English language, Mishpachah. I'm not lying. I kid you not. His name was Professor Miller at Longwood University. But let's get into this article. It says, Minnesota lawmakers are pushing legislation requiring public and charter schools to make menstrual products available in school, bathrooms, and boys' restrooms. According to Alpha News, the bill, House File 44, would require a school district or charter school to provide students access to menstrual products at no charge. The product must be available in restrooms used by students in grades 4 to 12. Okay? Dean Erdahl, a local Republican state representative, proposed an amendment to clarify menstrual products should be available in bathrooms used by female students. So this guy was saying, hey, we need to say that these things that need to be in the restrooms of the people that actually need them. You understand? What are you going in the boys' bathroom for? You know what I mean? This is just about practicality. But the world ain't practical no more. And common sense ain't so common. You understand? It's rare sense now. Because they trying to turn evil good and good evil. Up is down and down is up. This is not practicality, Erdahl said during a meeting January 11th. I believe that these products should be most available to those that would use them. Girls, This amendment makes that more likely to those who might use them. Girls. But the bill sponsor, Democrat Representative Sandra Feist, urged lawmakers to reject the amendment. There are a lot of schools that are moving towards gender-neutral bathrooms. And if we add female, we might become obsolete very quickly, Feist expressed. Second, not all students who menstruate are female. Yes, they are. You might have a surgically altered boy trying to then put his balls in a blender and pretending to be a girl. You might done gave somebody some puberty blockers and have somebody who's mentally ill, you know what I mean, who was self-mutilating themselves. You understand? But you don't have, no, only girls can have a menstrual cycle, not no surgically altered male. Second, not all students who menstruate are female. We need to make sure all students have access to these products. There are obviously less non-female menstruating students, and therefore their usage will be much lower. That was actually calculated into the cost of this. These people are insane. And we live in a time where these people who have made it to the top are the type of people that are using people's mental illnesses in order to work an agenda of control, Mishpachah. Ain't nobody telling you about the fact that 41% of the people that have so-called bottom surgery, you know what I mean, who fully transition themselves in the event of pretending to be the opposite sex, kill themselves. They commit suicide. Look it up. 41% of them, Mishpachah. 55% of these people out here who have so-called bottom surgery, who put their Elohim given, their God-given genital parts into a blender and allow some sorcerer to cut them up so that they can pretend to be the opposite sex. You understand? Experience all types of pain, have problems urinating, and it is virtually impossible for them to have sexual relations. 55% on. Go ahead and look at them, Mishpachah. But yeah, they trying to normalize this and tell you that they need to put tampons in the boys' restroom because not all people who menstruate, you understand, are females or whatever they said in that article. Foolishness. Full-blown foolishness. And educated fools are ruling the earth. We might as well prepare for the fall, Mishpachah. I'm telling you like this, especially here in these divided states of America. I don't see these people fixing this that's going on. And any and everybody that cares about somebody else should be telling their people to prepare spiritually, mentally, and physically for the fall of this nation. Because when they normalizing that right there, you go back, you study Egypt, Rome, study them all. When we get to this level of idiocracy and they're using these left-wing liberal agendas in order to deteriorate the freedoms that this country have always at least pretended to exercise, you know that it's the beginning of the end. And it's fitting to fall, Mishpachah. Let me tell you something. Only women can have a menstrual cycle, and tampons are only needed in the female restroom. I digress, Mishpachah. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And always remember to keep the fire burning. A little more oil in my lungs. Hallelujah, Mishpachah. Keep your eyes open, stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. And remember that your redemption is near. Kumar Yasharel. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Rise, Yisrael. Shalom, Shalom. Salam, Mishpachah. Hallelujah.